Today I'd like to talk about adjustments, buttons, and hooks. I know, kinda sounds like you walked into a tailor shop. This is just a short video about some practical nuts and bolts stuff, a few ways to understand the mechanics of writing a scene. First, adjustments. It's an acting term that's very useful for screenwriters. Adjustments are changes a character makes in their action during a scene. A character enters a scene with an intention, a goal or an objective, something they want, and in the scene they do something to get that. But unless what they do works perfectly right away, they have to make a decision. That's the adjustment, and it's often the core of a good scene. The important thing to remember is an adjustment is not just the writer saying, okay, we've covered that information and we're moving on. An adjustment is a decision by a character to change what they're doing. It can be a new way to get the objective, or it might be changing the objective entirely. For example, Joe asks Betty to invest in his new company. Betty, this company is going to change the world. I'm sorry, Joe, I'm not interested. Joe makes an adjustment. You know, Betty, you wouldn't even have any money to invest if I hadn't tipped you that Widgeco was introducing flex widgets 5 years ago. He's still trying to do the same thing, get her to invest, but instead of hyping the company, he's trying to make her feel obligated. Joe, all our money is tied up in Hugo's stupid alpaca farm. Now, Betty has made an adjustment. Instead of just turning him down, she's explaining why. Okay, now Joe makes a new adjustment. You never liked me, did you? You took advantage of my connections, but you don't respect me. You're a leech, and you have bad taste in shoes. Instead of rethinking how he gets his objective, he chooses a whole new one. He gave up on getting the money, and now his goal is just to make Betty feel bad, or maybe just make himself feel better. And it's not just in dialogue. Even in a scene where nobody speaks, the characters will make adjustments. After he insults Betty, Joe, in his desperation, goes to rob a bank. But when he gets inside, he sees his college ethics professor waiting in line. Joe turns around, changes his plan, and walks away. Sometimes people call these adjustments beats. Now, beat is one of those terms with a lot of different meanings and uses. Sometimes in a script you'll see it meaning a small pause. But people also talk about an outline as a beat sheet, as if each scene is a beat. The meaning of beat that I'm talking about here is a part of a scene defined by an action. When a character tries a new or different action in a scene, you can think of it as a new beat. Almost every good scene has an adjustment. Some have a lot, 5 or 10. There's no required number, but 0 tends to make for boring scenes. The reason is, and this is why actors and directors and audiences love adjustments so much, adjustments are insights revealed in story action. When characters make choices, they're acting on their feelings and their nature. They're revealing their character right before your eyes, and that makes the story happen. Adjustments are a living embodiment of the fact that character is action and action is character. They help you structure a scene, and they make the life in your script more complex and lifelike. Try this exercise. Watch scenes in something you like and look for the adjustments. Become aware of the adjustments in your scenes. Build to them. Make them clear. Make them interesting. Make them emotional. Okay, now let's talk about buttons and hooks, which are two variations on one essential... See, I didn't give that scene an ending, which was really annoying, right? Buttons and hooks are ways to end a scene. A button is a line or action that lets you know a scene is over. It could be a joke, an order, a plan, a question, a statement, a reaction, anything that tells us this encounter, this moment is done. A button may be the moment where a character gets the thing that they went into the scene to get, or it could be the moment that makes clear they're never going to get it and they have to come up with a new plan. Now, a hook is a button that raises a new question or problem. A hook is when something changes unexpectedly at the end of a scene and the path that we thought we were on is no longer available or a new path opens up. No, Joe, the real reason I can't give you any money is I'm married to Hugo but in love with you. Or a hook could be something that happens. Characters are stealing a jewel from a museum and it's a complicated heist and they pull it off, but on the way out, one of them drops the jewel and it rolls into a sewer grate and disappears. Now, admittedly, every hook is kind of a button because it ends the scene, and every button is kind of a hook because hopefully at the end of a scene we want to know what happens next. It's not like there's a scientific test for what's a button and what's a hook, but I think there is a difference even if it's just a matter of feeling. At least just ask yourself when you're writing a scene, should I maybe have one of these things at the end? Adjustments, buttons, and hooks are tools to make sure that something happens in every scene and it has a shape. Take them. Use them. That's it. What are you waiting for? Go write something. If you like this video and subscribe to this channel. And if you want more stuff like this, or if you want to work with me on your projects one-on-one, go to writingforscreens.com. Oh, we're going. Okay. That's that. Okay. Changing the scene and they melp. Adjustments, buttons, and tools. Tools, god damn. All right. Oh crap, I'm recording this.